Hello everyone, my name is Savage, welcome to Story Speed. This is my generic MTG series where I make custom cards for Magic the Gathering from stuff I like. This is Warframe Harrow, and we are so back. After a while of being ill and not having enough energy or voice to record some stuff, I am back with another videos. Today we're doing Harrow. Let's begin his abilities. His passive ability is that he starts the mission with full energy and his maximum shields are raised. His first ability is he can chain up enemies in front of him, which gains him more overshield. Overshield is like above your average shield you can gain through your abilities. His second ability is that when he sacrifices his shield using his second ability, he gains ability to regenerate health from damaging enemies. It's to the center under the crosshair. It's a bit difficult to see, but he does that. His third ability is that he can sacrifice energy that will, in turn, the more you sacrifice energy, the more you get from kills. Same with the second ability. The more you sacrifice the shields, the better you heal. His fourth ability is when he uses it, he becomes vulnerable for some time. While it lasts, he sucks up the damage, and the resulting damage is transferred into the crit chance. So the more damage, the more crit chance you get, capped up at plus 50. And as you can see, we're doing a lot of red and orange damage. That means that it is critical damage. Now onto the card making process. Okay, so, Harrow. Let's begin talking about the card. I have looked at the color identities of the keywords using a program I modified with, original in the description, to see that the following keywords: Double Strike, which is for crit, Indestructible, which is for the last ability again, and Lifelink all share white as predominant color, and Double Strike being on par with red, as well as Indestructible is on par with red. And if you can see on the right, we have a Boros charm. So Boros Legion is one of the guilds in Magic the Gathering. Guild is like a group that is adherent to one of the color combinations of two colors. There are 5 main colors in Magic the Gathering, and there are 10 guilds, one for each of the combination of 2 colors between these 5. Boros Legion is the combination of red and white, which is like zealous warriors who uphold the law. And you can even see that Boros Charm, a card that signifies Boros Legion, has both Indestructible and Double Strike on it. So we're going somewhere. Let's talk about the keywords. You can skip ahead to the card for me to explain it if you want. There are timestamps in the description. So, Double Strike. Usually the combat consists of the following: the start combat step, then the declare attacker's step, then the declare blocker's step, then the damage step. So in this case, a 2/4 Ox would fight a 1/1 Spirit and a 3/3 Angel. We can distribute Ox's attack between a Spirit and the Angel, so that the Spirit dies and the Angel escapes with 2 life. And usually that's the end of combat. Usually this is how the combat goes. But Double Strike changes something. We again have combat start step, declare attacker step, declare blocker step, but now during the declare blocker step we give our Ox Double Strike. And suddenly this combat gets an additional damage step, in which the first strike and the first of the double strike damage is dealt. So in this combat step, our Ox deals 1 damage to the Spirit and 1 damage to the Angel, but they don't do damage back. So the Spirit dies, and Angel is still in play. And then the damage, and then the Angel and the Ox deal each other damage in the normal damage step. And the Ox survives because it received only 3 from the devil, from the Angel, and not one from the spirit. And that's the end of combat. That's how double strike works. Next, Indestructible. So we have an Indestructible mirror on the left, meaning that anything that says destroy target creature doesn't work on it. So it won't destroy that creature. Also, if it gets more damage when it hits toughness, like via Lightning Bolt, it also is not destroyed. That's how Indestructible works. You can still sacrifice it if you are the controller of it, but yeah. Next we have Lifelink. So let's imagine we have 20 life and our opponent has 30 life. And we attack with a cat with a lifelink. What happens when we attack with a cat with lifelink is when the cat deals damage to either the player or planeswalker they control or a creature they control. The damage dealt returns to the controller of the creature as life gain. And I think you can see why I chose these keywords for Harrow. Now onto the Harrow himself. Harrow is 3 generic, 1 red, 1 white. He is a creature Warframe cleric. He has lifelink, which I used his second ability just into a keyword. We don't wanna do anything complicated. Also the third ability that gives him energy, the first ability that gives him shields, all that I just mashed into one keyword, lifelink. And then his activated ability for 3 mana, one of which is generic, one of which is red, one of which is white, Covenant, Harrow and up to one other creature you control, gain Indestructible and double strike until end of combat. Activate this ability only during combat on your turn once per combat. He's also a 3/5. So what I didn't mention in Covenant ability during the gameplay is that all the allies also become undamageable and also suck up damage. So I just poured it into Harrow like this. So yeah, give me your thoughts on this card in the comments below. Thanks for watching and goodbye.